Panther Nation podcast. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, cut it. Cut right. And I would like to introduce one of the hottest podcasts in Carolina history. Let's go. Yeah. Talk less chat. We got time to chop it up. Talking analytics and fantasy draft. You know what's up. Panther Nation representing. Cause this is where we talk that. Talk that's so incredible. Make them rewind that talk back. Pause. Talking Panthers football, we discussing it all. On and off the field, you know exactly who to call. You know we the number one podcast. Competition is non-existent, you need to stop that. Pause. It's an honor to be a Panther fan. Pause. At Bank of America, that is where we ball. Coming to the jungle, then you gonna feel the pause. Winning the trophy for the city, it is the cause. Black, white, and blue, we going Carolina strong. And this is the conversation where everyone belongs. Discussing all the numbers and topics, you know we got it. We the hottest podcast, and we poppin', let's go.
Yo, what's good? What's good, everybody? It's your boy Rashad. It's Dave in the building, and today we brought in a special guest, not new to the show, friend of the show. We got Diggie546. What's good with you, bro?
What's going on? I'm doing good. We got our first. The Giants are 500, over 500 for the first time in 6 years. So This has been like.
He said that. He said that before you came in. I knew you were gonna react like that.
We have never been able to look at our schedule after a win and be like, we're actually over 500. It's been since Ben McAdoo since the boat trip. We haven't been over 500.
That is nuts. So it's all about perspective, right? Things could be worse. A lot of Panthers fans, you know, we have our what? This is what we had our fourth consecutive losing season last year, and we were a little bit spoiled coming out of Super Bowl 2015. And just a little bit of perspective for everybody. It could be worse. So shout out to the Giants, man. Y'all had a big win. Wasn't looking too hot early, but you fought back and got that W. And then Panthers, you know, coming off an L in the Baker Mayfield Bowl, you know. It kind of is what it is. But Diggy, talk to us a little bit about the Giants. We're gonna jump right into it, man. No need to waste time. Talk to us a little bit about the Giants, additions, kind of where you stand and your thoughts on the Giants right now.
All right, so I remember last year I came in and I wasn't confident at all, and we ended up blowing y'all out.
Facts.
I think this team is
y'all got Sam Darnold benching a place he used to call home, man.
I think this year the Giants are definitely a better team all around. We solidified that right side, pretty much that right side of the offensive line, which was a weakness for years for us. Evan Neal came in first game. Now he was going against Rashad Weaver, who I think, he's like a second-year player. So I'm not going to say he's here already. He's settled in, but only gave up one pressure last game. We got Glowinski next to him. Who was, the right guard for the Colts. He's been solid, wasn't really giving up anything. The thing that scares me, which I'll get to in a second, I guess, when we go a little bit deeper, is that left guard and center. But right tackle, left tackle, Andrew Thomas, I mean, every time I look at the tape, he looks more and more like an all-pro left tackle. He doesn't give up anything. Like, his hands are stone. He just doesn't give up anything. Saquon, as y'all saw probably from the highlights, is looking like 2018 Saquon. He's finally healthy. Secondary, we got worse, I would say, as far as losing James Bradberry. Adoree Jackson was probably our best corner last year, but Bradberry just being a solid corner was definitely good to have there. Now we had Aaron Robinson, who's a second-year player, but he just got his appendix taken out, so he's not going to play. So we pretty much are going to be trotting out maybe Fabian Moreau, who I think used to play for Washington, played for somewhere else too. So I don't know how that'll go. In the slot, we got Darnay Holmes, who had a really good rookie year 2 years ago, but ever since then it's been really bad, and he almost lost us that game. He was the one that pretty much let them get down the field to get that 47-yard attempt. Other than that, it's the same old Giants. I would say looking at our roster, something that really concerns me is first off our linebackers. Blake Martinez wasn't a coverage linebacker by any stretch, but he was a lot better than the guys that we have now after we cut him. And y'all got C-Mac back there, and then that left guard in that center spot with Derek Brown and Ioannidis. Jeffrey Simmons looked like Super Bowl Aaron Donald.
Yeah, he snapped on y'all. I was
because
watching the game. He was going nuts.
We got a third round rookie and like a third year undrafted free agent rotating at left guard. So we're hoping that the third round rookie can settle in. But other than that, it's bad over there. And I think Jeffrey Simmons may be a little bit better than Derek Brown, but
I would say so.
It's still a vet who's really good. And then Ioannidis is really good too. I've known him since him being on Washington. So that definitely concerns me. And C-Mac concerns me is where I'm looking at as far as the biggest threats.
Yeah, I mean, just to kind of talk about it, I mean, we have similar issues, right? When you talk about linebackers, like listen, Chubb and Hunt went nuts on us last week. And that, if you look at the way to win this game for the Carolina Panthers, we have got to stop the mother effing run. Like that's not
one. Just the run. Not just the run. We got to stop Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, true, because he's a threat out the back, a receiving threat out the backfield too. You're right. And I'm absolutely right.
I got him on 2 of my fantasy teams, so he can win for $150 as long as we win, bro. That's all I care about this right. But we're terrible against the run. We're awful. But that's
a lot of people want to jump in and say, "Oh, Derek Brown is Derek Brown, bro." If you look at the film, man, it's our linebackers are not good. Mm-hmm. They're not good, bro. They take bad angles. They're slow to react. And I'm nervous about going up against Saquon, especially because if you look at the next gen stats chart, most of it is outside. I mean, if you put Saquon's chart and Chubb's chart next to each other, I'd be damn if they don't look exactly the same. They sit in the edges and it's over. And it's over. Like once they hit the edge, it's a wrap. And I'm nervous about it. It's the biggest. And not only that, I mean, you talk about Daniel Jones too. His legs scared me a little bit. Him being able to get around the pocket and manipulate and run if he needs to, that makes me a little bit nervous. Extending plays, because our linebackers, man, they just they ain't it. And we so used to having great linebacker plays. We're really disappointed right now.
Man, I remember as a kid, I guess I was probably in like high school or middle school when Luke Kuechly was in the draft. I was like, listen, I will give everything up to get Luke Kuechly on the Giants. And I was so sick when he didn't go to the Giants.
Yeah, man. We're never going to get Luke again, another type of Luke player. That's just a generational type player, man.
But my thing has been, man, and we talked about this on the show on Monday. The Panthers historically really hasn't had terrible linebackers until this era.
Never. We've never had bad linebackers.
Never. This has never been a thing. Dan Morgan, this is Dan never Morgan. Been
yeah, we've never had bad linebackers, bro. Never. And we're in a situation where they are not good. We got these rent-a-backers. That's what I'm gonna call them, rent-a-backers. Because we got these dudes. They just 1 year.
Who's there is
Corey
there?
Littleton, Damian Wilson, Shaq is there. We like Shaq a lot, but he can't do it by himself. We like Shaq. We like Shaq a lot. But that's really it. Frankie Louvu is at edge. He's a tweener. He plays linebacker, but he didn't look so hot. He had 4 missed tackles going up against Chubb out there looking like Barry Sanders in his prime, bouncing off a cat. So, tackling. Saquon got tree trunks for thighs, paws. But the dude's he's a monster. You know what I'm saying? So that's my biggest concern. You look at the rankings. I had it pulled up earlier. So the Giants, as of right now, it's early. It's only week 1. I think y'all ranked number one in 238 yards per game. Obviously, it's one game, and then we're giving up 217, ranking almost last. So if you look at the matchup, that's the key to the game for us. We stop the run and slow it down a little bit, or slow down, especially Saquon in the pass game too. We give ourselves a chance, but God, man, I don't know, bro.
We gotta force Daniel Jones to beat us, yo.
And that's what I would say. I think the whole key to this game is Daniel Jones. and how they can protect them in the interior. Because Daniel Jones, I've been going back and forth with Giants fans for years about Daniel Jones, and he's not as bad as the worst people think he is. He's not as good as the people who think that he's literally going to turn into Peyton Manning. I mean, he's in the middle, and I would say he's probably a little bit below the middle. You need everything around you. If the line is protecting, he's getting 3 seconds every time to throw it, he's going to carve you up. Like, he's going to carve you up. He's going to go down the field. He's going to get comfortable. He's going to use his legs. He's going to be comfortable. He'll do his thing.
Yeah.
But as soon as you start getting some pressure on him, as soon as you start hitting him, it's a whole different story. So if for some reason our line can protect and we can throw the ball and Saquon's running the ball and we can work off of play action, which I think Daniel Jones is probably the best at, play action and RPOs, then I can see our offense exploding. Also, we have a ton of weapons that we can't seem to get the ball to. Kadarius Toney played 7 snaps for us last week. He touched the ball 2 times, and he got about 40 total yards almost.
Loved him out of Florida.
So there's some behind the scenes stuff going on with Kadarius Toney about, he's not giving it all in practice, so they're not playing him like they should. We got Kenny Golladay, who's a contested catch receiver, but Daniel Jones doesn't take those risks. Kenny Golladay will be one-on-one down the sideline. He just doesn't throw it to him. So you got Giants fans throwing stuff at Kenny Golladay saying he doesn't get separation, but we knew before he got here he didn't get separation. And then you got Sterling Shepard, who's been a solid slot receiver for us for years. If he's ever been able to stay healthy, he would have multiple 1,000-yard seasons, but he never stays healthy. You got Darius Slayton, who didn't even get a jersey, who I think is good at stretching the field. And then last game, we put in Richie James, who moved the chains about 4 or 5 times for us. But the Giants are playing receivers that I don't think are good as the receivers that they're not playing. But at the end of the day, it just shows you how many weapons we have everywhere. It's all about if Daniel Jones can get them the ball.
It seems like Dable is the type of head coach that have that expectation that you need to be practicing and putting forth your effort. And those are the guys who's going to be playing. Those are the guys who are going to be getting the jerseys.
Yeah, he got 2 undrafted guys out there in our first-round pick standing on the sideline.
Yeah, so he probably ain't trying to hear that shit, man.
Yeah, there was this report where they said that the whole team was jogging and Toney was sitting on the turf, just kind of sitting there. And
so what I'm hearing is that I made the right call dropping him in my fantasy team, because when I saw you only have 7 snaps, I said,
Listen, I would give him about 3-4 more weeks, because he practiced this whole week so far in full. They've been saying he's been a model practice citizen. I'll give him a couple more weeks if you can. After that, I would probably drop him. But it's right now, the way it's looking is
bro. Curtis Samuel was available. I said, let me just go and get Curtis.
Go ahead and take Curtis Samuel. Now, if he was playing, I mean, he's a threat to go off for 150, 200 yards, but he's not playing.
I know that I drafted him off upside alone, but when I saw 7 snaps and he was healthy, I'm like, I don't know about that one.
Oh, yeah. I see somebody in the chat saying it's Thibodeau and Ojulari playing. That's kind of why I was excited that we won that game last week, because we were missing both of our starting edge rushers. It looks like we'll probably be missing both of them again. Ojulari has probably like an outside chance to play, which will make me feel a lot better, because I know who did y'all take out? I'm forgetting his name, the offensive tackle.
Ikem Ekwonu.
I know he struggled against Myles Garrett last week, and probably Ojulari coming back will be better as the veteran, but I'm not sure if he can come back. We do have a speed rusher who kind of has that quick first step with O'Shane Ximines, but he's always inconsistent. He disappears. So I'm looking for them to be just doing what they was doing last week, is setting the edge. And a lot of times we held Derrick Henry to under 4 yards a carry. So I'm thinking they're just going to be mostly playing the run.
Yeah, which is going to be interesting, because I think we as the Panthers need to establish the run game. We did not do that last week. I think you're going to see us try to run the football again. Y'all did a great job against Henry, but this is a little bit different style of run game. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I do think they're going to make it and this is not against this is not what I would do, but I think they're going to make it an effort to get Christian McCaffrey the football more, get DJ Moore the football more, because those guys were pretty much non-existent last week for the most part. So the Browns they did a great job. They drew up a good game plan, put the ball in Baker's hands, make him throw the football, and we played right into it. We had a terrible first half. We did a great job coming back in the second half, and then we were robbed at the end of the game. But it kind of is what it is. I want to see us test, because I think give me on your defense. What's your biggest? You said the linebackers, but other than that, like, what's your biggest fear going into the game?
Besides the linebackers covering C-Mac, because I think the Giants will probably bring down Xavier McKinney, who can pretty much do everything to guard C-Mac. Not that I think he'll be able to shut him down, because I just can't see a safety or a linebacker doing that. But other than that, it's just probably – I couldn't say I'm that concerned about the running game. I'm more – like I said, I'm most concerned with C-Mac in the open field. DJ Moore would concern me in past years, because the Giants have been like really bad in the open field tackling. But last week, we pretty much got guys down as soon as they touched the ball. But with Aaron Robinson out, our second corner, who I already didn't like and thought was going to be a horrible corner, who was pretty solid though last week. We got Adoree Jackson, who pretty much pissed the shutout last week. But besides Adoree Jackson, like I said, you got Fabian Moreau and you got Darnay Holmes. And if Darnay Holmes is covering DJ Moore at all, I could see DJ Moore having like 160-yard game, because he was guarding Jordan Phillips, or I forgot the dude's first name, Kyle Phillips or Jordan Phillips, a fifth, sixth round rookie,
a nobody, pretty much. I don't know who that was,
and he was making him look bad. He was making him look really bad. So if he's one-on-one, because Wink likes to blitz and leave these guys on the islands, it's gonna be a long day for him.
Yeah, and we do have Robbie Anderson, who had a great game, 102 yards last week. So we have weapons to spread the football around. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I don't know what the game plan is, because it's a mystery to me every week. I just didn't think it could be that bad as it was the first half of the game last week. It was just awful. It was atrocious. It's the worst. Not the worst. It ain't the worst, but it's pretty bad over the past couple of years. What I've seen, it was pretty bad.
I just hope, like, I know me and Rashad have been going back and forth about how much work you give McCaffrey, right? Because he talks about the first half. McCaffrey only had 3 carries in the first half, so we'll see what happens this week. Robbie Anderson had more targets than DJ Moore, so they spread. And Baker Mayfield's willing to take those risks too, which is a beautiful thing. So he's willing to sling it down the field if need be.
Yeah, Baker would definitely put the football in harm's way for sure. He would take a chance. That's not what we haven't had that in a couple of years, which is it's kind of refreshing and also scary at the same time. But he's definitely willing to take those shots.
Yeah, and that's been a weakness or a strength for the Giants the last 2 years with Patrick Graham, because we would not get out of that deep safety shell no matter what. We just wouldn't leave that shell, so no one would get big plays against us. No one would go any more than 30, 40 yards down the field against us. But Wink is the exact opposite. His whole philosophy is attacking. So he's going to blitz, he's going to attack, and he's going to leave guys on the islands. And if someone does get beat, if one of these, third, fourth, fifth string corners get beat, that could possibly do us in too. There's a lot of people on the field that shouldn't be on the field because of a ton of injuries.
Yeah. I mean, that's the name of the game, and injuries happen. So, offensive side of the ball, like what's your biggest concern for the Giants? Any concerns at all? I know y'all got Saquon. He's back healthy. He's looking good. Put up a lot of rushing yards last week. Is there anything to be concerned about on the offensive side of football for you all?
As far as from our perspective?
Yeah, from your perspective.
I would definitely say it's Daniel Jones and the offensive line. If the offensive line holds up, Daniel Jones will be okay. If they don't, Daniel Jones might still be okay, but he'll probably turn the ball over at least once. Other than that, our receivers, I see them open. I just watched a bunch of film today, and Kenny Golladay, even though he was known as someone who didn't get a bunch of separation, this past game, he was open all day. David Sills are, technically our 5th wide receiver, but he's in there all the time. He had a play where he was running wide open. No one was within 20 yards of him, and Daniel Jones just missed them. I just think that's pretty much been the story with the Giants the last 4 years is the offensive line and Daniel Jones. If Saquon can get the ball, it looks like our offensive line it looks like they can be dominant running the ball, but pass protecting is something that they're still trying to figure out. So I would definitely say if y'all get an early lead and we have to go away from the run, I would definitely be scared because if Derek Brown can tee off, I'm not worried about Andrew Thomas, but Evan Neal is a rookie and he did good last game, but it's only so much a rookie you can expect from a rookie tackle. And like, that's why I'm not going to say like Ekwonu is a bust. Like, I'm sure y'all got people saying that already.
I think
they've been calling Derek Brown a bust for the past year and a half, 2 years. I think the big thing with Ekwonu though is that a lot of folks feel like he shouldn't be starting at left tackle. A lot of folks feel like Brady Christensen should be starting on left tackle. I think that's the only rub that we've been hearing so far with regard to Ekwonu.
I'll tell you, if he has any kind of career trajectory like Andrew Thomas, it's worth just having him struggle all year because Andrew Thomas looks like all pro. Like, and he looked horrible as a rookie. He was getting destroyed. Same thing with Tyron Smith. JPP in 2011 had Tyron Smith on the ground, falling all over the place, and then you saw what happened with him.
Yeah, I think patience is definitely key with him, and we know. I mean, people that know football know, right? It takes some time to get these guys. Same thing happened with Penei Sewell last year. He's turning out to be solid now. So it just takes some time. These dudes gotta get used to the game. They gotta get their bodies right. You talking about some grown men in the trenches down there. So, but yeah, man, I think and that's key. You bring up offensive line, right? But one of the biggest things I've been nervous about with this Panthers team is the pass rush. We had this thing as soon as we let go of Hassan Reddick, I knew that people were going to be asking, "Where's the pass rush?" Because last year we had two guys almost had double-digit sacks. I think Brian Burns had just under 10, and Hassan had 12. And you just can't replace 12 sacks that easily. Yeah. You can't. It's not that simple. And I try to tell people that. And now last week we had one sack and hardly any pressures from anybody else not named Brian Burns. Brian Burns, I'm pretty sure he plays both sides. I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to get him on Neal a couple of times. And outside of him, I don't know where the pass rush is coming. YGM, I like YGM, but he has not shown the ability to develop a pass rush. He's a good run stopper, but he hasn't shown the propensity to stop to develop a pass rush move. So, I mean, Daniel Jones might have plenty of time. I mean, Derek Brown is solid. I like Derek Brown. I think if you guys try to run out the middle, you won't have too much success. But again, obviously that chart shows y'all hit them edges and it's over because we don't have good linebacker play behind them. So our secondary is solid. They struggled last week. I ain't gonna lie. They struggled a little bit, but J.C. Horn, C.J. Henderson, those guys will get it together at some point. I have no concerns long term about those guys. Coming in next week, I think it'll be a good test to see who lines up against Galladay because I think it's going to be a good matchup, whoever he lines up with.
Whoever y'all line up on Galladay is a waste, I'm telling you, because no matter if Galladay's open, Daniel Jones won't throw him the ball. He won't throw that dude the ball. Like, I've never seen it. Like, did he see the scouting report? I mean, do y'all remember Galladay on the Lions where he was jumping over people, falling around, jumping, and Daniel Jones does not throw him contested catches, but he'll throw a 5'8" wide receiver a contested catch.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't get it. He won't throw him the ball. So, like, I hope that you put your best corner on Galladay because we don't use him anyway.
They might do something if Tony's playing. If they bring out Tony more than 7 snaps, I could see them putting somebody on Tony because Tony's such a big risk. Because Tony can break one, but it all depends on how Daboll decides to take advantage of Tony, utilize Tony.
Yeah, it might just be some Patriot stuff. I mean, Daboll came from the Patriots, and it might just be one of those things where one day he'll just play somebody 20-something snaps. And
but he was
he was on the Patriot staff with like a while ago. It might just be one of them times where you play somebody 40 snaps one game and then 7 snaps another game. I don't know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so it's gonna be. This is an interesting matchup. I think it's almost that. I mean, I know it's week 1, but I feel like Dave, you can give your thoughts on this. I feel like this is almost a must win for the Carolina Panthers.
It's not an almost. It's not an almost, sir.
The reason why we say
win.
Yeah, the reason why we say that is because Matt Rule, this is year 3 for him. Anybody that's talked about and is a Matt Rule supporter, year 3 is it. Year 3 is the year. That's what he did in college. We've been trying to tell people that this is not college. This is not college, man.
If this man trusts out 3-14 or 4-13, I'm gonna try to find every Rule truther I can on Twitter. I'm gonna find every single one of y'all.
Yeah.
One of y'all, find y'all.
So this is almost a must win because our schedule gets brutal around weeks 5, 6, 7, 8. It gets brutal. So we gotta start. And I'm not saying y'all are easy win by any means because y'all went out there and played a tough Titans team and won. So we definitely not saying it's an easy task by any means. But we gotta find a way to get the W because it's not. We need some sense of hope, man. Like you just said, y'all. On the winning side of the win-loss record for the first time in 6
years.
Yeah, which is crazy. But we tracking in that direction. I mean, we started hot last year. We were 3-0, and then the bottom fell out. But we end the season, with 5 wins the past couple years. So it's frustrating to be a Panthers fan considering the talent we have a talented roster. Like we have Jeremy Chin, J.C. Horn, C.J. Henderson. Brian Burns, like we have some talent on the defense and the offense. Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, these guys are talented guys. It's just we can't get the coaching out of it for some reason. Well, we know what the reason is. He just can't get the guys coached up right. So that's what's so frustrating about it. So, Diggy, do you have a prediction in regards to this game? Any prediction?
Well, last year I predicted y'all to win, so I got to predict y'all to win again.
I've been there.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go against what works. So
I'm dying.
Realistically, I could see this game. Giants fans have been because Giants fans, you got to realize Giants fans have the whole Super Bowl in their rearview mirror. They all remember the Super Bowl, so they still see us as an elite team every time we win one game. So they're like, "Oh, the Panthers are going to be easy. This is going to be easy. This is going to be easy. Aaron Rodgers didn't look good, so we'll beat him. This is going to be so." I really would call this a pick'em game. It could go either way. I really see us on the same level as far as how good both teams are. Both of them are really talented, but both of them haven't proven to be consistent. So because we're missing, and again, I'm going to pick y'all to win.
Psychology, man.
Because we're missing those corners and we still don't have our edge players, it's going to be hard to do that 2 weeks in a row. And I'm a believer that Baker Mayfield is a good quarterback. I don't know if he'll ever be elite, but I think he's a good quarterback. And I think he'll have some time because Ryan Tannehill had all day. And I just think he's better than Tannehill. So I'll go Browns. Not Browns. Baker's off the Browns. I'll go Panthers.
I get it.
I'll go Panthers. 28-24.
Ooh.
Wow.
Dave, what you got? What you got, Dave? Prediction, Dave.
Look, man. Why should I be convinced that the Panthers are going to win this game on Sunday? Honestly. In New York last year, we benched the man that used to have his home games there. Different colors, but he had his home games there. That man got benched. I'm wondering if we're going to see Baker get benched. Maybe Matt Rule will keep the benching of their starting quarterback alive.
Benching for who?
Now, not Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold's on IR. He not even benching. You talking benching for PJ Walker? What are you talking? Dave, what the hell are you talking about?
Well, I mean, we brought it. Who did we bring in the last time? PJ,
what are you talking about, Dave?
We brought in PJ, right? So maybe we'll see.
So you talking about him benching? What are you talking about? What are you even saying? I'm about to think what the chat is. I'm saying what the chat is thinking. What the hell are you talking about, man?
Yo, real talk. I think, but now all jokes aside, I thought last year with Joe Judge we should have beat y'all pretty badly, right? And y'all blew us out of a goddamn.
Not Joe Judge.
Yo, we lost to Judge Joe Brown. We out here, we can't even beat Joe Judge. And the fact that I forgot that Dayball was with the Patriots before he became in the Bills, which was what I like to call the Carolina North. So I don't see us beating the Giants, bro. There's nothing that convinces me that my head coach knows how to coach a complete game. And because of that, I think that's why we'll lose. I think it'll be closer than last year, but I think we'll lose by 3, 17-14 Giants.
Yeah, I think I agree with Dave. We have not shown the ability to play a complete game since Matt Rule has been the head coach. Like, it's flipped. Last year we were able to get up on guys pretty quickly, and kind of, take our foot off the gas and then make games close at the end of the game. This year, so far from what we've seen, it's only been one game. But we've seen the opposite, right? It's probably because Baker Mayfield didn't get many reps as he should have during training camp, because we had this pseudo quarterback competition. And so, like, it wasn't really the offseason, in my opinion, from a personnel standpoint, wasn't managed the best. And I feel like we saw the results of that in week 1. Now, I think we're going to play better tomorrow. On Sunday. I think we're going to be a better team than we showed in last week. But at the end of the day, like Dave said, I don't think we can put together a full game, man. I'm going with the Giants. I think I picked us last time, Diggy. I'm going with your method. I'm going with reverse psychology, and I'm going to pick the Giants. I'm going to pick the Giants to win this game. And I'm going to go. I think it'll be in the 20s. So I'm going to go 24-17 Giants. I don't see it, man. I just can't see us putting together a full game. We haven't done it yet, so that's what.
Yeah, this is the key for me, man. This is what annoyed me about the loss last year more than anything else. Y'all were missing a lot of starters last year.
Yeah, we were,
and we still got demolished, man. So it's gonna. I need them to show me that they can actually win a road game that is supposed to win. Now, granted, the Giants are favored in this game too. They're 2.5-point favorites.
I don't know how they got it. Well, I guess if you take the home boost, y'all are actually favored by a point on a neutral field. Y'all will be favored by a point. But I just think the path to the why do I keep trying to say the Brown? I just think the path to the Panthers. It's Baker Mayfield. I think the path to the Panthers winning this game is just really to y'all coming out and throwing the ball from the beginning. I really think that's what y'all need to do. And if we come out and throw the ball from the beginning, there's going to be some struggles early on. If we come out and run the ball and then, pick up the throw off of the run, I think we can be dangerous. But if y'all come out and just throw the ball, your players are better than our players in the secondary, besides Adoree Jackson and Xavier McKinney, and maybe Julian Love is a solid safety. But those other corners, there's going to be wide open people running. So if y'all come out aggressive like that, I think y'all have a shot at going up and kind of like, shutting down that run game because you have a lead. But if you come out and try to run the ball, I would hope for your side that it works and it's effective. But if not, that keeps us in the game, and that gives Saquon more opportunities to run the ball.
Yeah, and it's crazy because we've seen Matt Rule flip-flop on what it takes to win at the NFL level. He said, in one sense, last year, he said you got to be able to run the football. We want to run the football 30 times a game, and that's how you win in the NFL. And now he's completely reversed that. He said you got to be able to throw in this league. And that's what we did last week. We came out there, we tried to throw the football, and it was not working, and we got behind quickly. And then we had to come back in the second half, which we did. Like I said, we came back because we started slinging that thing deep. Pause. We started throwing the football down the field, and it was clicking. Baker was going to work in the second half. If we can get that Baker to show up for a full game, I think we might be okay. But I feel like our defense is disappointing me right now, and I feel like I hype this defense up a lot. And I just think that the pass rush, it was built from the secondary up, right? So we got these nice cornerbacks, but we ain't. Ioannidis, I think, was cool in rotation. I don't know if he's going to be an every down guy like that. I just haven't seen it yet. Same with Derrick Brown. Derrick Brown, I love Derrick Brown. He just need a running partner that's going to work with him in the interior. I don't think he has that yet. And then on the edges, Burns is solid, but it's nobody else over here. I mean, YGM is not it. So I had some concerns about how our defense is constructed and its effectiveness. But so that's why I'm rolling with y'all, man. I just don't think we can put together a full game. So that's
all
I'm
going to say is this. I complained about the fact that Christian McCaffrey didn't get enough touches last week. If we don't let Christian McCaffrey get the ball 20 times, there's no way we win in this game. Simple as that. My opinion.
I agree with that.
No way.
I think, like I said, go ahead.
I ain't a guy that thinks that he needs to touch the ball 30 times, but he got to touch it at least 20. It could be like 15-5. I'm cool. But
it'll be on IR by week 5.
Then let him be on IR by week 5, bro. Like, if we out here only giving that man 10 touches, we ain't winning no games that way. A decoy ain't a decoy. Decoy is worthless if they know that you ain't going to give it to him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I want the Giants to run the ball about 40 times this game.
I know.
It'll work. That's what the Browns did to us. Nearly, I think it was 39 times. And like y'all are right, because y'all calling me out saying don't worry about the pass run. I mean, y'all are right. We can't stop the run either. You're right, absolutely right. We cannot stop the run either. So it's gonna be a problem. Saquon might get out, man. It's gonna be a long game. Bro. We can't stop him.
And Breida look good in there too. Breida can hit a home run.
Right, Breida nice.
I forgot y'all had Breida, man.
He nice.
He nice.
That's what I'm saying. I want Saquon to get 22 carries, Breida to get about 15. Daniel Jones could throw it 10 times and run about 5 times.
That sounds like
that's me to a win.
I swear.
Sounds
to God,
like a W
man.
to me.
If we lose you guys, and then we gotta go 0-2 against the Saints, I gotta fly down. Yo, Rashad, man, I can't fly down next week and see a bunch of winless teams. Because A&T's not beating Duke. So A&T's not gonna be 0-3 when I see them play South Carolina State. And freaking there's a possibility that the Panthers will be 0-2 when I go see them play the Saints. I can't be out here in these winless stadium streets.
Man, it's bad, yo. That ain't a good look, Dave. Sound like you wasting money to me.
Dude, I'm flying. The flight was free. The car cost more than the flight, much more than the flight. The car costs just as much as the flight. I'm flying to Charleston on Wednesday, man. It's happening.
I never feel bad about beating y'all because I always think about in 2015 where we had all of those people who shouldn't be even playing college football on the field, and Cam Newton on the sideline nodded his head like he was going against the 86 Bears and juked out Awani Onga, who was a missionary from BYU. Kicked that, and Graham Gano, who we have on the Giants now, kicked that long field goal. Oh my God.
That's 60-something yard field goal. I remember those the good old days.
Stat prediction.
Man, Barkley's gonna run for $150 and a touchdown.
Yeah, if Barkley hit 125 plus, we losing.
Yeah, Barkley ran for 164 last week.
Yeah,
he had 7 targets. They out here.
It'll be a long day.
Yo, he's what most of the Panthers fan base want Christian McCaffrey to be. A man out here touching the ball 30 times.
Don't say that. Don't say that, Dave. You're gonna get some people upset.
Just letting them know.
Giants fans want Saquon to be Christian McCaffrey. So,
well, they got a couple things in common. They got a couple things in common.
They do, and the coaches do the same thing. They give him the rock until he can't take it no more.
Yeah, but all right, let's close this thing out. Dave, any final thoughts on the game?
I think if the Panthers can't figure out a way to neutralize the run a little bit, this is gonna be a long day for us, bro. Long day. And at some point, something's gonna have to give. Like, if we can't, I want us to start early, bro. Like, I want us to start strong at the beginning. I want us to try to do some damage at the beginning because I enjoyed how they adjusted in the second half. So I hope that they keep this game interesting at least going into the second half so we can actually have a shot to win this game. If we still can't stop Saquon Barkley And if CJ Henderson's out here doing penalties in the end zone and all that hoopla, it's gonna be a long day, bro. Long day. Long day.
Diggy, any final, and we live stream. Well, I'm live streaming for the game too. But Dave, Diggy, any final thoughts?
Oh, I just want the Giants to come out and run the ball from the first snap. I want us to win the coin toss and run the ball because, like I said, I did not see that Giants defense stop the pass one time. They kept on trying to be cute with jet sweeps and stuff, and that's how we kept stopping them on third down. But I'm hoping y'all try to run the ball early and often, and I'm hoping that that's what we do. And that's all I can say. I just already know if y'all come out throwing the ball and we go away from the run, it's going to be a mess.
Yeah, knowing us, we will probably do the opposite of what needs to be done because the Giants, excuse me, not the Giants, the Browns, their biggest weakness is the interior of their defense, and we try to throw it.
We ain't run the damn ball at all.
We didn't run it at all.
The weakness was the freaking interior, and Chris McCaffrey got 3 carries in the first half, bro. I'm not gonna forgive them for that.
And then we didn't use Deontay Foreman.
But I can't forgive him for that shit. Fun fact, shout out to you got it. All right.
No.
Shout out to Jared. The Carolina Panthers have held teams to under 100 yards rushing 13 times during the rule era. They won 2 of those games. They've held teams to less than 200 passing yards 13 times, and they've won 3 of those games. Do you understand how trash Jared has put this stat up? But we appreciate the super chat, my brother.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Yeah, and he's only won 4 home games.
He's only won 4 home games. So we gotta the man's only won 10 games total in his 3-year coaching career so far.
It's not pretty. It's not pretty.
Him and Joe Judge need to go on a world tour of just talking.
I don't understand to this day how Joe Judge got fired before Rule.
Right.
I'm telling you, it's
Joe
those
Judge
two.
Joe Judge had a better record.
The only reason that Joe Judge got fired is because he took those 2 knees in the last game of the season. That's the only reason he got fired. I thank God every day that Joe Judge did that, because if he didn't, we would still be out there with Joe Judge and we would be coming off of like a 28-3 loss right now, because that dude, I feel bad for Mac Jones because anything he touches on offense is just
what's going on in Patriots land? What's going on in Patriots land right now, bro, is that I think the plan was for Joe Judge to call the plays, but because he's so trash, Matt Patricia's calling the plays right now because he hasn't figured out how to do it.
Neither one of them should be calling plays.
Bro, listen, as somebody who lives up here, bro, I am enjoying the hell out of this. I want the suffering to continue. I was in the bar. I was in the bar on Sunday every single time because they showed the Dolphins Patriots game on most of the TV sets in the bar that I was at. And every single time I saw the Dolphins make a play, I talk my shit just off principle. I like to see them boys suffer because the Tom Brady comparisons to Mac Jones needs to freaking stop.
Oh, there's no comparison.
Yeah, it will stop. So I'm enjoying this ride, enjoying it, salivating this shit.
All right, so let's go ahead and close this thing out, man. Diggy, once again, man, we appreciate you coming back on the show. If you are new here, you haven't subscribed to Diggy's channel, does a good job. His link is in the description of this video, so go over and check that out. Once again, appreciate you coming on. Everybody, again, we will be live streaming for the game. Well, I will be. I don't know what Dave's doing. I'm gonna be live streaming for the game on Sunday.
The game's on television. I watch it, and there's a good chance because it's the Giants. So I might get the Fox. I might get the Fox game. So I might got a shot. Along with the Patriots, I don't know who the hell the Patriots playing this week. So if it's on TV, I'll plan on streaming with you, buddy.
All right. So that being said, man, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Diggy, where can they find you at, man?
You can find me at Diggie546 everywhere. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. I'm not on Instagram that much, but pretty much everywhere you type it in, if I come up, that's probably me. But appreciate y'all for having me on. It's always fun talking before these games. Hopefully the Giants can go 2-0 for the first time since 2017. And we'll be here next year so I can pick against the Giants again.
All right, man. Make sure you got like, subscribe, notification bell, all that stuff, man. We out.